These are the 5 shocking African news this week. The Gambian national football team had a close call on their way to the Africa Cup of Nations taking place in Cote d'Ivoire. What should have been a smooth flight for the Scorpions turned into a nightmare. Their plane suffered a technical problem that caused the loss of oxygen and pressure in the cabin. The players and the staff were exposed to carbon monoxide and some lost consciousness. They had to return to Banjul and wait for another flight to Cote d'Ivoire. Now, despite the Scorpions being stung by carbon monoxide, they are determined to overcome this ordeal by winning the Africa Cup of Nations, and hopefully they won't crash and burn in the African Cup. In a rare happy ending, 15 miners trapped in the dark Zimbabwean gold mine for 4 days underground were rescued alive and well. The workers were covered in mud but were smiling, happy to be alive as they emerged from the mines. It had collapsed, leaving the miners in a precarious situation. Their families had been anxiously waiting at the site, hoping for a miracle. Now, this rescue is definitely a welcome relief for the mining community, which has seen many tragedies in recent years. Zimbabwe is plagued with frequent mine accidents, often involving illegal or informal workers who risk their lives for a meager income while big corporations line their pockets. However, the government has vowed to improve the safety standard and crack down on illegal mining, but the challenges remain. The Vatican may have opened the door for same-sex couples to receive blessings, but the African Catholic bishops are not having it. They say it would cause confusion and scandal amongst the faithful, and that it violates the Church's doctrine on marriage and sex. However, African bishops reaffirmed their commitment to pastoral care for all their members, but drew the lines at blessing any irregular couple, including unmarried, divorced, remarried, and same-sex couples. The Vatican statement on the matter was published on December 18, 2023, sparking controversy amongst Catholics worldwide, as some see it as a sign of progress and inclusion, while others see it as a betrayal of the church's teachings. However, one thing's for sure, it's their religion. They can change the rules whenever they want. A UN helicopter made an emergency landing in Somalia in a hostile territory controlled by Al-Shabaab militants. The Somali officials said the militant captured the passengers of the chopper and took them to a remote area controlled by the group. The UN confirmed the aviation incident but gave no details about the hostages or their condition. Now, Al-Shabaab has been waging a 16-year insurgency against the UN-backed government in Mogadishu, despite US strikes and thousands of African Union troops on the ground. The Somali government declared a total war, but the offensive against Al-Shabaab has failed to dislodge them from their stronghold. Now, the search for the missing helicopter and its passengers continues. When it rains, it pours, and sometimes it buries. That's what happened to 22 people in the continent's 4th largest gold producer, Tanzania. The 22 people lost their lives in an illegal gold mine collapse. They were risking their lives in a forbidden zone for a chance to strike gold, ignoring the government warnings and the weather signs. The country has struggled to regulate the sector and protect the workers from exploitation and accidents. Many miners in the country operate without a license, permit, or proper equipment. Now, this tragedy is a grim reminder of the dangers of mining, and in this case, the 22 deceased are now part of Africa's dark side of mining, where safety is sacrificed for profits.
We, ni nini?